this is Peggy for cropstop.com. Today I want to show you the enveloper or enveloper. If you're from Ohio and Cincinnati area, we say envelope. So maybe this is called the enveloper. It's by Crafter's Companion, and it has really turned out to be a really unique little tool. When I first got it, I wasn't all excitable, but now I'm getting to like it more and more. This is the little tool you're going to get right here. Now I'm going to try and do this upside down for you again today and see how that works. Now, what is the enveloper? It is a tool that we can use to make 9 different card envelopes, different shapes of envelopes. Let me bring this in and show you. They give you really cool directions, super simple to follow. And down here on the bottom, there are 9 different sizes, so you'll be able to tell what size card you have and what size envelope you need to cut. Let me just bring in some of those envelopes that I've already made and show you what they look like, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, I did not write down which number, so I'm kind of bummed I forgot to do that. But look at this. Here's my envelope. Like so. Oh, I did write it down. This is your 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I made a matching card to fit right in there. So there's my card. And it really does fit nicely. Let me slide it in and turn it around for you. I'll take my Post-it note off there. But what's cool is that now I have an envelope that matches. And I went ahead and I put coordinating paper on the front so that I can put my address on there. So that's one. So that's our trifold 8 1/4 by 4. This is your what I call my everyday, the A2 size, and I did the same thing. There's my envelope, and I made a card to match. It is so neat to get a card in the mail, and what a lot of people do too is they'll even do the inside. They'll put something on the inside, and it looks really neat. But how cool would that be to get that in the mail? So that's another idea, and again, that's your A2 size. Then they have this size, which is a 5 1/2 by 3. Let me bring that out and show you my little card I did. So you can coordinate your paper a little bit better. So here's my little envelope, like so. I took the same paper, a circle punch, punched out some circles, adhered those to my cardstock, stamped it, and then I ran it through the Cuttlebug and an embossing folder. So now I have a really cute card that matches perfectly. This is one for those of you who like to do ATC cards. They even gave us an envelope because I know a lot of people do those ATC cards swaps. So you could send one. Wouldn't that be fun? And I just threw this together with some scraps just to show you how you can coordinate again. Alright, this one I thought was really cool. I was kind of an unusual size. Now I'm not sure what the mailman's going to charge for different sizes. That would be according to your area. But I thought this one would be cool to put, you write a little note and then stick a $1 bill in there. Stick a $100 bill would be a lot more fun. And then just celebrate. So that's a nice little envelope there. Well, let me pull some more out here and show you what else we got. Okay, so I've showed you 5, so here are the last. This one, look at this, how cute this is. This is your 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. So there's my envelope again. Now, here's the neat thing I did with this one. I buy big packs of paper all the time, and this one actually was basic gray. And on the outside, they had this paper that told what kind of paper pack collection it was and all the different papers. So I thought, hey, let's make an envelope out of that, and there was even a scrap left over, so I made my little card. So you can recycle. That's what's so neat about making the envelopes. You can use all kinds of stuff. Wrapping paper, paper bags, just all kinds of fun things. So that was a real cute idea, I thought. This one was a nice size. I like 4 by 4 cards. I just think they are so stinking cute. So there you go. And I just used a little border punch on the end and stamped it, and I put green on the inside just to make it coordinate. This is the Hunga Munga one. This was the great big giant. Now, I have never sent a card that big ever, ever, ever. But I think there are some wedding invitations and things like that, graduation invitations that maybe you'd want a card that big. But at least you have the option to do it. And I just pulled some cardstock out. And then again, this is your 6 by 8. And I put a spot there, upside down, sorry, that I could put the address. And I'll put a label up there if I ever send a card that big. And then finally, we have this one, which is your... Let me get it out of there. This is your 6 by 6 card, and I just did a really quick card right there. So, 9 different sizes. So you say, Peggy, all right, fine, you showed us that. Now, how does it work? Here's what you do. You look on here, and I say, okay, I'm going to make a 4 by 4 card. It tells me right here, paper size is going to be 7 inches, so I cut my piece of paper 7 inches. Then I'm going to stick it in my tray. Now, I want to just make sure that you're going to be able to see this. So let me check the camera there and make sure. Yeah, that looks pretty good right there. All right. Then along the edges of your enveloper are the letters A through G, I believe it is. So on this particular one, again, we're going to be doing this D&D, it's called. We're going to use D&D for our 7-inch square that's going to make a 4-inch envelope. So I'm going to look, let me turn this a little sideways so I can see. Here's my letter D, and I'm going to score right up to the top, like so. Then I'm going to turn it all the way around so I can do the other side the same exact way. Go to the letter D and score. Then I'm going to turn it again. Go to my letter D and score. And one more time on the side that hasn't been scored yet. On my letter D, and it crosses over. That's where I'm going to get my fold. Okay, so I should have 4. Did I miss one? I think I did. Well, for heaven's sakes, how did I do that? I turned it one too many times. There's my D. There we go. So I should have 4 score lines, which I know you can't see on the camera. Now normally there would be one set of your score edges that would be a little smaller, and it tells you that in the instructions. You're simply going to fold this in. I like using my bone folder to get me a really good crease. Turn it all the way around. We're going to score again. And there's my center. Now I'm going to bring up the bottom and score it, and bring down the other, which now will be my top or bottom, it doesn't matter, and score. Now the other thing that I do, and it tells you in there you can do, right here in the corner, let me bring this up, I hope you can see okay, right here, I'm going to cut out those little corners because it folds nicer. So I'm going to cut there. And I do all 4, especially if you're using really thick paper. You want to cut those out because it'll be too bulky and it doesn't give you a nice finish. So I'm going to cut all 4. I know you all know how to cut, and I'm a little slow since my hand surgery. I don't cut quite as fast. Okay, I've gone ahead now and I've cut out all the corners. Then all you're going to do is to bring these in, and I always, since it crosses there, I'm going to use my ATG gun, and I'm just going to put it there. Okay, so that kind of holds it. And then what I want to do is to figure out where I want it to be so that it doesn't go in and grab onto my card. So I just roll it right around the edge there, right on the edge, and right on the edge right there. And then I'm going to close it up. Make sure I don't have any little excess adhesive. And there is my 4x4 envelope. Beauteous. And with taking out, I hope you can see that, where I took out the little edges, it just folds very nicely. So you could do some decorative things here if you want to decorate the edge of this. I mean, there's all kinds of fun things, but that's how easy each and every one of the 9 different shapes you can do. Now the other thing they have on here, really cute. Let me bring this in so you can see. They have even places where you can emboss little shapes on there. So if you wanted to put a little star on the back of your envelope, or even on the front for that matter, you could do that. So there's lots of things that you can do with the enveloper. So make sure to stop over to cropstop.com. Get yourself one of these, and don't forget, keep your instructions, because it will be, you'll forget if you don't. You'll forget and then you'll mess everything up. So keep this. I'm going to actually laminate mine so that I don't lose it, and keep it in a folder. So you all check cropstop.com. Make sure to tell them that Peggy sent you. Bye.